I'm B, and today we're eating like Rose from BLACKPINK because you guys said I look just like her. Twins! Okay, so this all started when a few months ago I flew to South Korea with my thick daddy, Thicky Nicky, and we filmed a video eating and trying the workout plan of Lisa from BLACKPINK. I not only did her eating and workout plan, but I also did her makeup, her skincare, her outfit, and after the full transformation, I thought I did a pretty good job, but you guys thought I looked like Rose. So today, we're gonna try her workout and diet plan. Rose is actually born in New Zealand, so she not only speaks Korean, but she also speaks English. She has an Aussie accent that I can't do.
What's up everyone, we're BLACKPINK.
She's the third most followed K-pop singer on Instagram with over 25 million followers. I have no idea why people think that's a lot when I'm clearly almost there too.
Look at this dude.
Rose also happens to be the brand ambassador for YSL, and I'm also the brand ambassador for generic used toilet paper, so like I said, we are twins. Because of the different beauty standards in different countries in the world, Rose and her weight and her diet and her workout plan is a highly publicized topic. All the girls in BLACKPINK share their exact kilograms, their diet plans, their regimes for working out because people like strive to be like them. So I think that's why they share some of the stuff. I know some of you might Google it. So Rose is about 47 kilograms, but if it makes you feel any better, I'm usually around 67 kilograms. So don't freak out. Me too, girl, me too. It's just a number.
I rolled down my pants so that the high-waistedness didn't like confuse you or it was deceiving. I feel like there's abs really deep under there and I would really like them to come out. I feel like it'd be cool if I had a six-pack. I still have rolls when I sit though, so don't worry, it's chill. Like literally it's fine, who cares? I feel like everybody does, right?
So this week, we're trying Rose's workout and diet plan to see if we can lose any weight in the week. I'm gonna be completely honest, last time when I did this video, I focused more on the food because I was in Korea and I wanted to show you guys a lot of their like food. But this time, I wanna focus more on the exercise because I don't think I did that enough. The girls from BLACKPINK, like any other K-pop group or any other pop stars, typically work out a lot because they're constantly dancing, practicing new routines. And if you've ever tried to do a TikTok dance in your pajamas, you know how absolutely tiring that is, how sweaty you get, how many hours it takes to nail a dance, especially if you're like me and you can't remember anything to save your life. So this week, instead of focusing so much on the diet, I am going to show you what she eats. I'm going to show you 3 of her meals that I've seen her eat like visually on the BLACKPINK show that they have, but I'm also going to focus on working out. I'm going to try 3 new types of exercise to see if I like it and to see if you guys would like to try it. I think it's important when you're exercising to not feel like it's a chore. I want exercise to be a reward for your body, something you do for yourself, something fun. Like I don't want it to be like, oh, I have to run on the treadmill now because I have to get skinny. No, I want you to think, oh my gosh, let's go play squash with my friends, let's go play tennis, let's go play soccer, football, basketball, dance, run, jump, swim. Like I want it to be a fun activity. So this week I'm going to show you 3 different exercise like types of sports. Is that what they're called? Clearly I did not do sports in high school, girlfriend. And we're going to see if instead of focusing on the food, by focusing on the sports, we can also get a more fit and toned body. My goal is not necessarily to lose weight anymore. I'm pretty happy with my body. This is how it looks right now. I'm 64 kilos. I would ideally like to be like 58, 59, but like I'm not that worried about it. I would like to be more fit through physical activity. Then I want to like focus on lowering my calories. Character development, we love that for her. This week, we're gonna test out that if you eat whatever you want in regular portion sizes, and if you work out, can you get more fit by not following a strict and rigid diet plan that consists of only chicken and vegetables. If I see one more meal plan that's just chicken, vegetables, eggs, I'm going to scream. No!
Before we get started, make sure you subscribe and you ring the little bell icon. Then share this video with someone who's a Blink or one of your friends, because when I get to 1 million subscribers, I'm giving away tickets for a BLACKPINK concert or BTS concert or whatever you want, and you can pick it. So make sure you enter yourself in and you help me get to 1 million. Okay, bye!
Let's start with breakfast. Rose, like me, has a thing for bread.
During one of the BLACKPINK episodes, you see Lisa and Rose in the kitchen together, and Rose is cooking some toast. Yes, I call it cooking, okay? It's hard work. She's making fluffy white bread toast with jam, and she also had a mandarin on the side. Look at how excited she is to eat that bread. That's also how I feel about bread. I actually got this cool no sugar jam. It's just like strawberries that are like melted together. I'm pretty sure you could do it by yourself, but you guys know I mess up every single recipe, so I'm not going to try to make my own jam. I got this fluffy square white bread. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Wonder Bread, that white bread is the best bread on the market. I don't care what anybody says. It's so good. The bread here actually isn't as sweet, so it's really interesting how it has like a different flavor everywhere. I think there's probably less sugar in it. But anyway, I let it bask in the sunlight a little bit because it was sunrise, and I thought that was beautiful. You guys know that one TikTok that's like, you got to start romanticizing your life. I feel that. I know how, I don't know, it's the little things for me, like the sunlight and the sparkles and this tea I got. I think it's pear and fig. So I thought it was fun and cute. I also got this cutting board from IKEA. Are you guys proud of me? The last cutting board I had was also wood, and I cut chicken on it. And you guys told me that I'm actually probably giving myself salmonella. So maybe if I'm acting weird, it's probably because I give myself salmonella. Low-key, my cutting board still smells like chicken, but I don't want to talk about it. Anyway, I toasted the bread on a pan because I don't have a toaster, and I spread this jam lightly on it. I'm pretty sure you don't need a tutorial on how to make toasted bread, but I'm not going to put it past you because you are a walnutter and we're kind of nuts. I also wanted to get a nice little crunching noise of me eating this bread. However, I was listening to Hiram talk, and I'm sorry if the audio kind of linked up together.
To have a humanitarian trip.
But anyway, I stood up straight in the kitchen and I ate this toast bite by bite. Do you guys ever do that? Like you eat over the sink or in the kitchen? Like I don't feel like sitting. I'm just so excited to eat it. I just want to eat it immediately. It was a good breakfast. 10 out of 10. Would highly recommend. First day of new exercise, mountain climbing. I already rate this exercise a 10 out of 10 because of the views, the horsies. Yes, I am your local horse girl. And the family fun aspect of this. You can invite your friends or family and it's free, so nobody can back out. So we went on a 10-mile hike literally up a mountain. Like I was literally doing splits and climbing and raising my legs so hard to get to places. We didn't exactly reach the top, and I forgot to film because I was literally so stressed during some points. Like it was so slippery and wet and there was huge rocks in the way, and I was trying to unplug and rest like I'm at some retreat, one of those fancy celebrities retreats they pay $300,000 a month for. But it was nice to see the pretty flowers, the pretty views, the water, the nature, the quietness. It didn't really feel like exercise. It felt like a more adventurous and fun walk. It's like I'm a walk, but I'm not like other walks. I'm sophisticated and adventurous, and you can walk for a long time and not get bored because there's a lot of shit to look at. So I would rate this a 10 out of 10. An example of lunch that Rose eats is these spring rolls and rice paper. She said that she loves vegetables and fruits. She specifically loves bell peppers and carrots, so I decided to make these healthy spring rolls with lots of veggies and peanut sauce and tofu, your local vegan queen. So for lunch, we're making these beautiful, colorful spring rolls. All you have to do is get a plethora of random vegetables and tofu, and you're ready to make them. First, wash your vegetables, then peel all their skin off. After that, all you have to do is slice them into really thin and long pieces. To do that today, I'm using today's sponsor, which is Misen. Finally, I'm sponsored by a chef's knife company. Can you guys believe this? I've been cutting with butter knives for so long, I think this company was just like, enough, we've had enough. So these knives are to make your kitchen cooking experience better. It's for any level of cook, from beginner like me to professional. I think the reason I haven't invested in a chef's knife in the past is because either you would have to pick like a really cheap flimsy one that didn't look great, or the other ones would be so expensive and overpriced, and I was like, I'm never gonna use that. So I'm really happy Misen sponsoring today's video because they make high quality and long lasting knives for a fair price to help you make amazing meals at home. If you guys do want to check them out, use a link down below in the description box or go to misen.co/blairwalnuts for 20% off your first order. I personally really like these Misen chef's knives because, as you guys know, I'm not exactly the greatest chef. I'm not really a professional. I can't cut well. I've actually cut with a butter knife before, and these knives have a really nice soft grip that I feel like protects my hands, so they're good to squish garlic with, they're good to cut ginger up with, they don't slip and slide around, so I highly recommend them from the beginner chef. I mean, even if you're a professional, I bet you like these are probably good. Let me know in the comments if you think they're good. Anyway, these spring rolls were really quick and easy to make, especially when I had a good knife to assist me with the chopping, and then I pretended I was an ASMR mukbang artist, and I put them into my mouth and had a grand old lunch. Highly recommend. Another sport I decided to try this week was squash. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy I decided to focus more on the exercise part of this video and less on like the food, because I don't usually do this, and this was exciting to get out of my comfort zone. First of all, I would like to emphasize that I tried squash, not that I did squash this week. Also, when I told you guys on my Instagram at blairwalnuts about squash, a lot of you guys sent me squash recipes, and I respect that. I love my troll walnut family, but no, squash in my opinion is like a more aggressive version of tennis with a wall and a way less bouncy ball. Like it takes a lot of effort just to like hit it and get it to hit back at you. Also, I don't really have good hand-eye coordination. I don't have any good coordination, not just hand-eye coordination. So I'm not sure if it's a sport for me. I also try to make this cool slow-mo to look like I can play squash like this. But I did get smacked in the face a couple times, so that entire playback was fake. You're welcome. I would rate this sport an 8 out of 10 because it was really fun. It did not feel like exercise. I was sweaty a lot, but I'm going to take 1 point off because it was really hard to figure out what the heck I was doing, and another point off because the ball hit me in the face. And as much as I like balls on my face, I would like them to come slower. An example of dinner that I've seen Rose eat is this truffle risotto and also pork chops. I know a lot of you guys might be a little worried when you're trying to get fit and get a six-pack because this isn't your typical diet food, but when you're spending so much of your time exercising, dancing, having fun, being active, you can eat like this. It's really no big deal. Don't be afraid of it. It'll be fine. I ordered this from a restaurant because, you know, if I can mess up a 2-ingredient chocolate truffle recipe, I can mess this up too. Like, I am literally the queen of messing up recipes. I think a lot of the time I can't like read the packages here, like they're just in other languages, so I kind of just guess, and I think that's what happens is I just kind of go with the flow. I had a lovely dinner with Nick and we shared all the food. It was very yummy and fun. I wrote that in my voiceover script. It was very yummy and fun. Not cringy at all. Okay. The third new type of exercise I wanted to try this week was jump roping. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I frequently jump rope. I actually picked this up during the quarantine a few months ago because I needed a fun new way to exercise that didn't require like 32 different pieces of equipment. And I also didn't have a lot of room to exercise. And I didn't want to do any like new types of exercises where I needed a trainer because I like frequently do the moves wrong. You know, if I cook wrong, obviously I'm going to do like exercise moves wrong. Okay, I'm not perfect. So I decided to pick up jump roping, and I love jump roping. First of all, it's fun. It feels like a game. It feels like some kind of like fun activity you're doing. You can play any music or podcast you want to listen to while you're doing it. If I was to start a podcast, what would you guys want it to be about? Like, I obviously don't want to talk about diets or exercise on a fucking podcast. Like, that's just stupid. Like, what should we talk about? Like current events, true crime, fun activities, entrepreneurship, like how I already filmed the podcast in New York and then I threw it away because I absolutely hated it because I did a really bad job. I literally am in love with this jump rope. I might marry it instead of Nick. I love this jump rope because it has a number thing that counts on the side for you. The Sagittarius in me loves numbers and loves having a goal. Like, I love when I can reach 999 jumps because I know I have completed something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to put a goal down and cross it off the list. So when I have this jump rope that counts for me, it's amazing. I can do 1,000 jumps in about 20 minutes when I'm going really fast. So
sorry for flexing.
I would rate this exercise 10 out of 10. The only thing is, if you jump incorrectly, you'll hurt your calves a lot and your shins might end up hurting. So it takes a little bit to like get used to it, but still 10 out of 10 because it's very fun. It's like a fun activity. I feel like I'm in elementary school again. 10 out of 10. So all in all, after a week of focusing on getting some kind of exercise like Rose does, dancing every day, and eating all sorts of yummy food that she normally eats, I lost a kilo. It required literally no effort, no counting calories, no tracking macros. The only effort I put in was getting dressed to go to the gym. So, you know, sometimes that's the hardest part. So I'm going to take it. I'm going to say that's effort. That is literally the hardest part of working out, is getting dressed. Okay, walnut out. Bye.